Okay, so what we have here,
Who are we talking to?
the camera.
Who's gonna see this? Who am I sending this to?
Oh, Miss Brandy. So, hi, Miss Brandy. Wait, did you restart it?
No, we're to keep going.
Hi, Miss Brandy. So what we have here is we have a big plastic container, as you see, with 72 little tiny cups with
Biodegradable pots.
they're biodegradable pots, and they have soil in them with seeds. And then we have another 18 right here on this container lid. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be pushing them down I'm going to be pushing the seeds down into the soil, and then a whole bunch of other stuff after I'm done with this. Okay,
Why are we doing this?
We're doing this so I can get my gardening merit badge.
Okay, and what part is this for?
This is for the germination.
How many are we germinating?
100.
Okay.
So it's gonna be a pain, but it'll be worth it.
What are we planting?
Okay, so what we have here is grain bean seeds, and then we have spaghetti squash seeds in the container. And because we ran out of spaghetti squash seeds, we put in another 4 bean seeds. So we have about 22 bean seeds in all, and then 78.
So
78.
that's a lot of spaghetti squash, right?
Yeah. 78.
It's okay. Just
Whatever. Okay, I'm gonna push them in now.
Okay.
So, but yeah, we have
So how far down are you pushing them?
at least to my fingertip.
So until they're just covered?
Yeah, until they're just covered. And then I'm just gonna push the, or not push, but just shove the soil above it so that they're covered. And it will take these seeds about 7 to 10 days to finally sprout and be little baby plants.
What are baby plants called?
Seedlings. Yeah, seedlings. Or sprouts. And also I'm going to need Clint to be quiet. But this is not all. We also have cucumbers that we're going to be putting in a pot, which I'm sure we will be doing a video later on that. Right, Mom?
Mm.
Yeah. But after I push all these in, like every single 100 of them, I'm going to be watering these. And then later on, when they're finally all done germinating, I am going to be explaining why some didn't germinate, if some didn't germinate, which I'm sure some will not, because you can't expect everything to be perfect.
And where are we keeping these?
We're going to be keeping these in the garage, and up there we have a LED glow light that has 2 different colors. It's red and blue. It's really bright. Blinded me when we turned it on, but it'll work. It was about $20. Got it off of Amazon, and during that, Mom got a $15 gift card. So it was a win-win.
So what are we using the grow light for?
To grow the plants until they germinate, if they do germinate. And of course some might not, because some might be like miscarriages, I guess you could say.
No.
Plants, sorry. But after this, I'll be watering the plants with mist setting, because I don't want to wash the seeds away
Or
damage them. That's why Mom gets on to me when I use the shower or jet setting while watering the garden.
yes, I do.
my other plants that I'm going to be growing are it will be petunias. Let's see, petunias, lavender. Even though it's an herb, it still blooms. So that'll be one of my flowers. I'll also be growing 3 different types of peppers, which will be cayenne, serrano, and Mad Hatter, which are all spicy peppers. And then when they're done growing and are ripe and nice, me and either mom or dad will be making homemade hot sauce and see how that turns out. I think we're actually going to wind up making a toad house eventually for the garden, so toad can eat all the Japanese beetles that keep eating the plants. Actually, what mom was...
Dude, don't worry about that. Focus.
Okay. But earlier mom was pruning the tomatoes, and we actually noticed there were 2. At first we saw one of them. It was a big horn.
Tomato
Hornworm, thank you. It doesn't actually have a horn, it has more of a spike on its butt. But it's actually kind of cool. It's not a stinger, it won't sting me. It has these cool little markings on its side that kind of resemble eyeballs. So it's almost creepy, but it's not.
So, while you were reading through your Boy Scout book today, what did you find out? Like, what are some of the dangers of gardening?
Some of the dangers are possible broken glass that might have gotten left behind from the last owners. Like, when we bought this house, it already had a garden. They didn't really use it all that much. But, actually not long ago, me, my mom, and my Uncle Tim were, fixed our garden up a whole bunch because we had a good growing, herbs and stuff, and tomatoes, and then the tomato plant got, really big and eventually died.
Get to your point, dude.
Basically what we did was we fixed up the garden, and now it looks really nice.
And your point was? You're talking about dangers of gardening.
Oh yeah, but we ran into rusty nails when we were tilling the ground, and there were also a bunch of spiky weeds that have thorns on them, so we had to deal with those. And then we also saw some broken glass from...
What are the other dangers of gardening, dude?
There's also insect bites and stings from wasps, spiders, and other various insects. There's heat reactions like dehydration, which is why we drink plenty of water. Never wait till you're thirsty to drink. Always keep drinking because you don't want to get thirsty. Other some reactions is heat stroke and heat exhaustion, and to avoid those is to simply just go in and take breaks in a cool inside house.
Alright, so are they all pushed down?
Yep, they're all pushed down. Now we gotta water them.
Really? Because I see one right there.
It's just not covered over.
Okay.
I pushed it in, it just wasn't covered over. Okay, so now we're gonna be watering the plants.
Be sure you have it on the right setting.
It is already on the mist setting because
Okay.
I turned it earlier. It's leaking a little bit, but that doesn't really matter. So what mist setting looks like is...
Yeah, they can't see that. Just mist the plants, dude.
So we're just gonna mist the plants. So I'm not gonna drown them or anything.
But you still want to get them good and wet, right?
they want to look a little muddy, but not disgusting muddy. I'm also gonna do this without getting my microphone wet. Because it would suck if I did. I've already done that once before.
Keep going. Keep going. Keep wetting them. Remember, this is their very first chance at life.
Yeah. So they do want to gram out of water. But yeah, eventually these will turn into little baby plants, and they will be very cute.
So, how long are we going to keep the grow light on for?
We're gonna keep it on for at least 6 hours.
Every day?
Every day.
Okay.
And then.
And how long should it take for these guys to germinate?
It should take them at least 7 to 10 days. So today's Friday, so it should either take until next Friday or the Monday after that.
Okay.
I'm gonna come out here and turn off the water. So, yeah, but now I just wanna. Well, we have one of them trying to escape, but these are our tomato horned caterpillars, or technically they're called tomato horned worms, but the caterpillars. There's the tiny one, and then there's a big one in here. Here. Oh.
Yeah, I see him. If you move your fingers, I'll see him.
He was the first one we spotted. The big one was.
So what are these guys considered?
They are considered pests, bad pests, in fact, because they will eat the leaves on the tomato plant and will actually eat through the tomatoes.
And that's bad?
It's bad because it can.
Pick up the trays, dude.
Oh.
Keep talking, but work.
It's bad because when they eat through.
It's okay. No, leave it there. It's okay. It'll suck it up.
Okay. It's bad because they'll eat through the tomatoes, and when they eat through the tomatoes, that allows a whole bunch more bacteria in the air to get inside the tomato and will make them rot.
Do you want to eat a half-eaten tomato?
Nope. I don't eat tomatoes in general, but that's why we don't want them in our garden. They're the tomato horned worm is normally considered bad from July through September. I think that's what it said. So it's actually a little early for them because it's June right now, but we got them out and stuck them in a little container because we don't want them continuing eating our nice tomatoes. Because they're already nice and plump. We just want them red now. We have also had Japanese beetle problems, and that's another bad pest because it will eat the plants as well. And then there are the aphids,
which we haven't really seen a whole lot of those.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot. I mean, when my mom sprayed them with what was the oil?
Neem oil.
Neem oil. There were a few coming off, but not like swarms of them or anything.
Dude, stay still.
And I'm
Sad.
having a different moment.
It's okay.
And ladybugs are actually really good pests because they will eat the aphids. And toads would actually be really good because the toads can eat like the Japanese beetles.
Do we have a lot of toads?
Yeah, they fit everywhere. So that's why we're going to build the toad house in the garden. Bye. That's it. Thank you.